And once again, you find me on the banks of the Mississippi in late summer, early fall. This beautiful pre-sunrise on the Cape Cod Canal. And my name is Paul K. Welcome to Saturday Mornings Outdoors, and we are in search of the striped bass, fishing for them in this wonderful world-class fishing spot. Stay tuned, all kind of stuff upcoming. Fishing reports, and hopefully we can catch some fish. Let's go. Relatively cool this morning, comfortable, not cold, but you can tell the temperatures are changing, and very serene here this morning. We are on the west tide. The tide is going that way. It's going to flip in about an hour or so, so we should go right through slack, see how we fare. And the wind this morning is out of the northwest, and it'll probably shift to south a little while like it normally does. The moon phase is the third quarter, heading to the new moon, and this will be about an average tide. It won't be cranking like a moon tide. And barometric pressure is 30.10. It's up there. It's pretty clear. It's going to be clear for the next day or two, I guess. Clear as a bell out there. And when I pulled up, this was like glass. A couple boats went through and then kind of shook it up, but it's really like a placid pond. That's how this place gets, like, especially at slack. It's just like a pool, you know. But those are the conditions this morning. As soon as I started setting up, I saw it was either a small striper or a bluefish right in real close, maybe 10 feet off the shore, slapping around up in there, half breached out of the water. So there are fish here. They're in close. And mac chunks on the bottom, the usual stuff. And let's see how we do. So I just got a couple taps on this rod, but they didn't take it. I got the big hook on and the normal hook on. 10-aught and around a 14-aught. Linda Sue on the tug. Big old work barge here. So neat and trim on there. Everything's in its place. Double 5, something like that. That's the name of it. But anyway, so the purpose of the large hook and the small hook test is not to see whether they'll bite on the large hook. I know they'll bite on it. It's whether to see if they'll get hooked better because of the largeness, because the gap is larger. That's the whole point of me testing these two hooks. Oop, there's a little touch on this one. Hang on. Small, whatever it is. Let me get up here. Taps. But the test is to see, I was curious whether the wider gap would make a difference in the hookups, catching the side of the fish's mouth. If you know how, there's that touch again. Watch the tip of that rod. See, it's not a crab, it's some type of small fish. But anyway, so that's the point of the test, is to see whether it hooks up. I can get better hookups. And there's the heroes, Noah, the guys that take away our fishes. Look at the size of that. That's a cat too. I can imagine the scientific equipment on that thing. What a beauty. It's a catamaran too. Ferdinand Hassler scientific boat, but look at that thing. It's probably one of their pride and joys of the fleet. They're the guy that set everything. They have the best weather on the planet, weather predictions, satellites, and they make the fishing you know, quotas. They say when and who and how and so forth. And cool ship. They obviously have the money. Government. Fish on. Nice black sea bass. That's what all the tap tap was about. And that was the smaller hook. Damn it, I got him right in the tongue. Oh, buddy, I'm trying. There we go. There we go. They are a good looking fish. They remind me of a big old goldfish. Black goldfish with those fins on the side. They're the best eating fish in the ocean, I'd say. Let's let them go. So you know it's coming on slack when the black sea bass start biting. And that's my first black sea bass landed. With another touch. See it? See if I can get this one. You know it's slack when that starts happening. So let's see what happens with this. Pretty much the junk starting to pester the bait. It's coming on slack. This is what happens every slack. You need the current for the stripers. I'm not saying you can't get good stripers at slack. Traditionally, that's how they used to fish the bait. Fish bait here is wait till slack for stripers, but 50 to 1 more stripers when the current is absolutely peaked out cranking. Now watch me catch a slob at slack. That I could only wish. Well, the tide is definitely shifted. We're on the east tide now, going that way. But the wind's really picked up. Got white caps. A little chilly. It's bearable. It's it's not bad, but I got to put the jacket on. But it's a little cooler than I expected. Didn't expect the wind, that's for sure. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's go! And fish on. All right, let's go. Ooh, yeah. Man, that was fun, of course. Power, baby, power in this tide as the tide starts to crank. And that was on the smaller hook, the 10-aught hook. So, 2 fish on the 10-aught. And nothing on the big one yet. Tap City though. There's got to be a lot of blackfish out there, black sea bass out here. So one other time this rod went down and it didn't take. That's the smaller hook, as usual. So let's go. It's like really windy, but it's kind of funny now. The tide just basically says to the wind, I don't give a crap how windy you are, I'm the tide. And it just, now before the wind was pushing and the tide was going, but the tide overpowered it. You know, shows who's boss. But I am out of bait. So that'll be this fish sesh. Had a lot of fun, all refreshed. And I'll see you on the other side. It was 2 fish caught on the smaller hook, and I had a lot of taps on this one, on the big one, but I didn't get any fish reeled in. But this one black sea bass and 1 striper on the smaller hook. So I'll levitate to the other side and see you over there. All right, we have levitated to the other side, and this is an iconic spot on the canal. It is the Fisherman, a tribute to the past, present, and future striped bass fishermen in the Great Cape Cod Canal, inspired by local fishing legend none other than Stan Gibbs. And this guy has invented so many lures that are still around today, and the style of the lures, and it's just quite incredible how much this guy's contributed. And he's got 2 stripers on him. Look at that, it's kind of cool, you know. Back when we could keep 2, you know. But anyway, we're here at Spotcheck. It's all kind of I guess they're like donation kind of remembrances. But look at the custom work on the sidewalks. They got little pretty good. I mean, really nice. A little striper guy. Really detailed. This is real art. Quite a place to visit, and it's right on the canal. And this is where we're headed for the Spotcheck, Buzzards Bay Recreation. And this is the infamous railroad bridge, and this is today's Spotcheck. And you can see how these rips form right here. And extremely popular spot. People come just to see this marvel, the railroad bridge. And if you notice, there's a theme here along the canal. Every one of these bridges has a huge recreation area, so you can sleep over in your car. You might chance putting a small camper in there overnight, but I doubt you get away with it. But if you can see on the other side, that's the recreation area on that side. That's world famous over there. That's the one that's on, everyone loves to go to. A lot of problems over there too, but the mud flats are over there. But this is the railroad bridge, and different times, on different tides, you would of course fish the abutments like instructed on the other bridges. That either side the fishes stage outside of the current and wait for the bait fish to come through. So just got a couple guys fishing here. But so hope you enjoy this edition of Saturday Mornings Outdoors. My name is Paul K, and we are absolutely enjoying this wind up to the Spotchecks. We still got a couple more to go, but we'll have it set both sides, the Cape Cod side and the mainland side. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to say your prayers.